Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and I'm the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This video is just sort of a brief blurb, if you will, about the importance of doing your due diligence when undertaking much of anything with respect to doing business here in Thailand, making a significant purchase here in Thailand. Due diligence is not a bad thing frankly, it's a very good thing to do prior to major undertakings in the kingdom, especially for foreigners, and that's primarily who this video is for. What am I talking about when I'm talking about due diligence? I'm basically talking about, to not use, sort of a professional term or term of art. Due diligence is just basically getting all your ducks in a row, checking out what you're doing, making sure that the individual that you're looking to do business with, or the company one is looking to do business with, is legitimate. It is what it says it is, and it's reasonably foreseeable that company or individual can do what they say they're going to do or sell what they say they're going to sell. So in a corporate context, for example, ascertaining the makeup of a corporation in the form of, say, the directors of a corporation, or even finding out its registered place of business, the length of time that corporation has existed, what its stipulated corporate activities are. These are all sort of vital pieces of information for those who are looking to come to Thailand to do business. It's been my experience that especially those who are looking to buy things, especially like various products here in Thailand, whether they be manufactured products, agricultural products, buying virtually anything in Thailand for significant amounts of money, and then having those products shipped out of Thailand to another location, getting the due diligence about whether or not the individual or the entity in question can actually sell that stuff and ship it, if they have a history of being problematic about selling what they say that they can sell. These are all significant issues. To be clear, I'm not saying that anyone in Thailand is particularly more prone to putting on a scam or anything like that. That's not it at all. In fact, if I was advising a Thai national who was thinking about doing business in the United States, I would say, look, you need to do your due diligence, ascertain, who the individual or the company is you're looking to do business with, who the seller is you're looking to purchase something from. It's just prudent to go ahead and do this type of thing before jumping head first into possibly a deal or a deposit, or putting funds somewhere where it may not be possible to get them back. This can be especially the case in matters involving deposits for, say, property transactions. Doing due diligence to ascertain whether or not the individual who says that they're selling the property is in fact the owner of the property, or is in fact working for a company that has the right to be the agent to sell said property. All of these things it's a good idea to go ahead and ascertain this information prior to making a purchase or putting down money. It's been my experience that there are times in Thailand where people will buy into property developments without perfect information, or without even anything close to perfect information, with information that may be erroneous, and as a result they can lose their investment. Another thing that can happen is somebody can put a down payment on a purchase of not only real property, but perhaps personal property, be it a car or a motorcycle or something like this. Basically just ascertaining whether or not that the person who's purportedly selling it actually has legal title to the property is probably a good idea to get that information before putting a down payment down or making a deposit. These are all sort of good ideas. So to be clear, there's essentially kind of two types of due diligence. There's sort of corporate due diligence, and then there's sort of property due diligence. Corporate due diligence is ascertaining some of the details about a counterparty, perhaps in a deal, or maybe in a merger and acquisition context where someone is looking to buy out a company, to ascertain, just to understand some of the dynamics as far as the company structure is concerned. There are various public databases and public public information sources where quite a lot of information regarding corporate activity can be gleaned. We can assist with things like that at our firm. Also with respect to property, ascertaining the location, the physical location of the property, checking with, in say development situations, checking with the land office, checking with the various government agencies that regulate construction of new buildings to ascertain whether or not the individual, the entity in question has been licensed to go ahead and put up a building of the type described in, say, sales literature. It's a good idea to go ahead and, ascertain some of that information. Now, to be clear, sometimes, there are certain types of deals where there's a fair amount of risk which needs to go ahead and be assumed when operating, especially in a foreign country. But it's not altogether difficult to ascertain at least some seriously baseline information that could fundamentally change someone's paradigm or a company's paradigm about whether or not they actually want to purchase that piece of property or do business with that individual or do business with that corporation. So doing some due diligence prior to getting involved with matters, sales, sales, mergers and acquisitions, even just doing business here. It's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and contact somebody like us to go ahead and ascertain sort of the lay of the land prior to get involved with an endeavor here in Thailand.